Hi everyone, how are you? I hope that you're all doing well. This video is not a book review video. It's just a catching up with you, sharing with you updates, what's been going on since I've been gone off of here since the beginning or middle of June. I actually do have at least two books to review, but I haven't done them yet. I have to do them soon because I'm returning them to the library, the library books. But I just wanted to share with you all the little small things I've been doing and all the big things I've been doing. And hopefully, you've been doing great things too. So, I can't remember all of them. I had to write them down on this little post it note. So, I'm going to start off with the small things. The first small thing that I did was I bought a juicer and a blender. Now, I know that's not really a big deal, but for me, it's a big deal because I use these tools to eat more. I haven't really been, as the past several months, I hadn't really been eating consistently or eating enough food because I had been working or I didn't have time to schedule things. And I decided to get a juicer because I knew a couple of people that juiced, but there was one person in particular, he was like, yeah, you should get a cold press juicer. Here's a link on eBay. And I decided to get that juicer because it looks safe. I got turned off from juicers back in 2016 or 2017 when I had a very complicated juicer and I ended up almost chopping off my pinky finger. The blade of the juicer fell onto my finger and went in the middle of the finger. I didn't go to the hospital. I just rubbed vitamin E oil and cocoa butter and shea butter on it for several months until it healed. But this juicer is very easy to clean. It doesn't have any sharpness to it, and it it really juices the juice. It's a really good juicer. And I've been juicing vegetables that I really dislike just to have them in my body. I don't like celery. I don't like carrots at all. Never have, never will. But in juice form, mixing it with other fruits and vegetables is really tasty. I also started eating cilantro. I used to have cilantro in burritos, but I'd never eaten cilantro as in a salad. So that's new for me. I feel like I've started to pick up more weight because my weight wouldn't stay on me. I would just be working endlessly on the bus, on the train, burning off of these extra calories and losing weight from stress. But now I feel like I'm starting to slowly gain my weight back. I've also been eating more salads consistently. I used to just eat a salad maybe once or twice a week, and now I'm eating salads maybe like 3, 4 days a week. So that's really good for me. I'm not one of those extreme health guru people. I'm not one of those workout people. I just have to take baby steps to do that. As far as my blender, I like my new blender. It's made of glass. It's very simple and easy to use. I had a blender that my mother gave me, but I left it at my job so that way my coworkers could make smoothies if they wanted to. I also have a tea kettle that I left at my job in case my coworkers wanted to make tea. So, yeah, that's a minor thing that's been a subtle game changer in my health as far as food. Another thing that I've been doing is growing plants. I've started off with plants that I either like drinking in a tea or eating in a salad. So I have holy basil and lemon balm. I grew some lemon balm at my job, and so it's there. When you rub the leaves, it smells very lemony. I've used that as a tea. But now I have been preserving the holy basil that I was growing at my job. I took it with me. I took it home. And I've started growing purple basil and more lemon balm. So I can't wait to see how much more food I have to eat. I also was given some seeds of exotic fruits. I'll have to show you. Hold on. I think I'm gonna sprout the seeds to see how it works. I put them in a little baggie because they didn't have a bag. One is like jujube, and I don't know. I'll just see when they grow. One is jujube. Then there's a, they just gave me. So I'm gonna sprout these and see what becomes of them. And I'm going to start growing flowers as well. Another thing that I've been doing is I have been searching for a new job. I still have both of my jobs. I have my main job that I've been at for 13 years, 6 or 7 years consistently, on and off for 13 years. When I started working there were no employees. It was just my boss. And he had no store logo, so I made a store logo. So that's been like since 2013. And then the other job is my part-time happy job, which I've been at since March of last year. So I've been there a little over a year. I make $7 less at my part-time job than my main job. So the job that I'm looking for to replace is not my part-time job. It is my main job. And the reason I'm deciding to just look elsewhere now is because I feel I've reached a threshold at my main job. I have tried in so many ways to just be connected to the job, but not be physically there. Now, I can do it if my boss allows me to, but he's really not using my full potential. Because I'm doing, okay. Another reason is this job caused me so much anxiety, and it's just not worth it to me. I just feel like, why do I have to be here all day? The journey there is annoying. I feel that my talents could be utilized in other places in the company. So I decided to present my boss with a position. One person that I met, they moved back to St. Louis because they wanted to be a creative director of a company. And they were showing me all of their ideas that they had for the company. They're making a portfolio and things to do, like the things they will do for the company, so that when they go to them, when the position opens, they can just present it to them and hopefully get the job. But talking to them made me realize that's exactly what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to do, but I did not know what title to call it. But when they said creative director, that just sparked. I was like, yes, that's what I want to do. That's exactly what I want to do. So I went to my boss. I said, I want a new position. I'm already adding stuff to the website. I've already added like 200 products to the website. There's only 3 people working on this site. Me, another person, and another person. And you. Me, you, and the other person. I've already created labels. I could create more labels. I've already created flyers when we were out of business cards. I've already created systems, structural systems, to be more efficient. I have all of these ideas. I even made a sheet of ideas that I had and then explanations of how each idea could be implemented. And I said, I just want a new position. Like, I feel I've earned it. you'll get more. Oh, and the forced consultations. Don't even get me started on that. The forced consultations. If I did this on my own, I could literally be charging $50 to $100 for these freaking consultations. But because I'm there, it's just forced. It's just forced. So I'm giving information and being underpaid for this amount of information. And I'm making infographics. Like, I'm just doing a lot of stuff. And it's overwhelming because I'm just like, I'm running, I barely have any help. There's one coworker. Whenever I work, I either work by myself, running everything for 9 hours alone, or I have one other person there. So you can only do so much. You can only exert as much energy as you can. Whereas at my happy job, I have 8 coworkers. I have 3 or 4 coworkers at a time. But anyway, I went up to him and I said, I'd like a new position. And he's like, position? What do you mean position? Ha ha ha. Missionary position? Ha ha ha. And then he walked away. Now I couldn't be mad because that was pretty clever. But I was just like, okay, I'm done. I'm done with you. My ideal job would be, I am not around people, or have limited time around people. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to see anybody. I want to be by myself. I would like there to be a barrier between me and the general public. I also thought about like being a maid, because at least I would be by myself, but I'm like, I don't want to do all that. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Looking online, just trying to make things bearable. Another thing that I have been doing, and even though on paper it sounds bad, for me it sounds like self-preservation. I've basically been isolating myself as much as I possibly can. I have been staying inside. I've been avoiding different parts of town, mainly because at this point I felt so much, I don't know how to explain it. You know how there's some people that say, I can read energy, I peep energy. I don't think I'm one of those people. But it's getting to a point where I just don't want to be in certain parts of town just because of the energy of that part of town. That's why I don't go to the south side anymore. I can feel a distinct shift when I'm in one geographical part of town and another geographical part of town. It's like I cross the threshold and I can just feel like, what is going on? Why do you want to be in this energy? And I'm not saying it's people, it's just the energy some people are carrying. Some people don't know how to control their anger. Some people don't know how to just let things go. I think I've also been isolating myself because I've been extremely paranoid. I'm not saying that my city has become more violent, but my paranoia really stemmed from a few weeks ago when there was this man at the train station. I think I told you this before. There's this man at the train station a few weeks ago who got into an argument with another man, and he said, I got my piece on me. And the other guy's like, well, I got my piece on me. So the first man, pulled out a weapon, and he was just brandishing it. I guess is brandish the word. He's just like waving it in the air in a crowded train station at 3 in the afternoon. And the guy that he was attempting to threaten was actually walking in my direction. So there's like a gun being pointed near my direction. And at the same time this was happening, there was this man on the bench interrogating me about why was I at this train station in particular. Because Every day I'm interrogated by somebody. Where are you from? St. Louis. No, where are you originally from? St. Louis. No, you're not from St. Louis. Like, just imagine every day somebody coming up to you and you're like, hey, I'm from California. Really? Are you sure you're from California? I think you're from such and such a place. Just imagine how annoyed you would be to have to explain yourself to people every single day. So while this is going on, the man on the bench is asking me, why are you here? I don't even know why she's at this train station. She doesn't even look like she belongs at this train station. Are you even from this country? Like, why are you here? Now, mind you, what's crazy is I would go to this train station literally 5-6 days a week. So, yeah. But I'm thinking, you're worried about why am I here when there is literally a man pointing a bang bang in your direction because you're right next to me. So I walked away. I'm the only person that actually walked away from the danger because everybody else was just gathered around. They thought it was entertaining. They thought it was just funny. Just at the bus stop, just looking like, oh, okay. Oh, yeah. This went on for 20 minutes, no police or anything. The police came after 20 minutes. So I walk up the stairs and there's a couple coming down with their toddler. And I say, hey, don't go down there. There's a man waving a weapon. Don't go down there. And they're like, And they look. They're like, oh, okay. And they just keep walking. They just walk in the direction to go look. I'm like, are y'all okay? Are we addicted to violence? So that was really the beginning of my paranoia. And not long after that, I started being in different places. And hours after I was in that particular place, there would be some type of unaliving there. So there was a date that I had on Washington. I went to the restaurant. It was maybe like not midnight, but it was getting close to, it was like after 10 p.m. And something's like, I don't want to eat, I don't want to dine in. I said, yeah, let's not dine in. Like, I have a bad feeling. I just don't feel like we need to eat here. We need to go back to where you are and eat this food because I don't want to be in this restaurant. And we took the food out of the restaurant and ate it somewhere else. About a few hours later, next door, there was an unaliving. I don't know why they unalived this dude, but apparently he was targeted. I don't know. Then I was at a train station, and not too long after that, it might have been 2 hours later, there was a shooting at that train station. Then I was at another train station, and what's ironic is before my schedule changed, I actually would have been at that station at that time of night, but there was like 2 people unalived there. So this has been like, I'm like, what is going on? Like, I've never, what is this, the teen takeovers, what is happening? And then the final straw of my paranoia, where I stopped questioning myself, was I had a dream, and in the dream there was a girl in a tunnel, and she was taking off her clothes in a tunnel, and everybody was passing her, and I'm like, don't you see this naked girl in this tunnel? Like, put on some clothes, girl. But people were just passing her like she wasn't taking off her clothes, stripping naked in a public tunnel. The next day, I went to the train station, and there I walked up the stairs of the tunnel, and there was a completely naked man just standing in the tunnel. And I was like, wait, what is going on? Is this my dream? I had to pinch myself because I'm like, this cannot be my dream coming to life. But I called security. And then a train passed. So everybody saw him naked, including children. I'm just like, oh my God. So I've just been not wanting to go anywhere. I've been wanting to stay inside. And I hate being inside, but I don't know what else to do unless I'm in a certain part of town. That's the only time I will be outside for fun. If it's anywhere else, I'm just going to be outside for errands. I feel the distinct energy shift, even how people will be speaking to each other. Why is it over here I'm hearing all these jail stories, people having fights, people just being rowdy, and then over here I feel peacefulness. It's just not right. And I'm tired. I'm tired. I've been in hermit mode because I just don't want to deal with it. After a while, you just get sick of hearing jail stories. You get sick of hearing somebody's like, yeah, my cousin got shot. Oh, well, yeah, my cousin got shot too. Oh, yeah, well, they shot my homeboy. Are y'all okay? Like, this is crazy. This is insane. This isn't natural. This shouldn't be a common occurrence. Like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get it. So as I've been doing my isolation thing, I've also been doing, I guess, some spiritual work. I'll get into that. I'll get into that later. Like, one component of my spiritual work that I've been doing is I've been singing a lot. I've been singing songs from my childhood because they remind me of my inner child. Or I've been re-listening to songs that I never really listened to before because they're how I feel right now. And I've been listening to them on repeat. So one song I've been listening to a lot is Just the Way You Are by Billy Joel. And what's interesting when I'm listening to a song on repeat, sometimes it starts off as a rant. And then I realized that I just said the lyrics of a song. Like, I remember one time I was mad at an ex when I was dating him. And I said, it could just all be so simple, but he just wants to make it hard. And I realized that's a Lauryn Hill song. Who would have thought? I was like, oh, wait, did I just say a Lauryn Hill song? What in the world? So the Billy Joel song also came from a rant because I had two people critiquing me and I couldn't take it anymore. They were just critiquing everything about me. They don't know each other, but they were basically doing the same thing. One was just critiquing me about my age, and the other was critiquing everything else. They were like critiquing my clothes, critiquing my skincare, critiquing how I answer the phone. Like, I called and I said, oh, hi, hello. And they're like, no, you don't say hello first. That's not phone etiquette. You called me, so I say hello. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do. I'll remember. Critiquing my hair, critiquing how I should wear my hair. Just endless, and it just made me very sad. Not sad for me, but sad for them, because how can you function in life being so critical? I almost said critiquing, critical of someone, and you think you're doing them a favor, but I'm like, thank you for your advice. I'm listening. I'm not trying to gaslight you by not listening to you, but the way you're presenting it is kind of painful, but I'm not going to say anything. Like, I felt I couldn't say anything. So Billy Joel, that song, Just the Way You Are, I was just ranting one day to myself, and I'm just like, why can't they just accept me as I am? Like, I accept everybody else as they are, unless it's something that they really need to deal with. Like, if they're on some type of toxic stuff where they're doing substances or whatever, okay, I'll critique you because I want you to be better. I'll be like, hey, this isn't you. Like, you need to stop that. But if it's just something regular, why is it such a big deal? But when I really listened to the Billy Joel song, Just the Way You Are, it made so much sense to me because everything Billy Joel was saying in that song was exactly what the people were critiquing me about. So in that song, he said, don't go changing to try to please me, never let me down before. Um, don't go trying some new fashion. Don't change the color of your hair, just the way you are. The lyrics. Well, I didn't know Bruno Mars had Just the Way You Are. Billy Joel. Why is Bruno Mars's one coming up? No. I'm talking about the original, sir. That should not be the first one that pops up. Billy Joel Forever. Anyway, I would not. Don't go trying some new fashion. Don't change the color of your hair. You always have my unspoken passion, although I might not seem to care. I don't want clever conversation. I never want to work that hard. I just want someone that I can talk to. I want you just the way you are. I need to know that you will always be the same old someone that I knew. Oh, but what will it take till you believe in me the way that I believe in you? And I'm just like, that's very deep. Because you're talking about fashion. They're always critiquing my fashion. They're always saying I need to do this with my hair. They're always critiquing the words I'm saying or mocking the words I'm saying. And I'm just like, when have I ever critiqued you on you? Not once have I critiqued you on you. I literally accept both of y'all just the way you are. But you cannot accept me the way that I am or punish me for the way that I am. So I've been just singing that song to cope. And another Billy Joel song I've been singing is The Longest Time, because it reminds me of when I was a child. And I love those lyrics because it's so hopeful. It gives you hope. Even the music video, I love the music video. I've also been listening to Fleetwood Mac, which is that song Hold Me. I love that song. Because it reminds me of just the way you are. Let's look up the lyrics of Hold Me by Fleetwood Mac. Like, sometimes people make stuff so complicated. It says, can you understand me? Baby, don't you hand me a line. Although it doesn't matter, you and me got plenty of time. There's nobody in the future, so baby, let me hand you my love. Oh, there's no step for you to dance to, so slip your hand inside of my glove. And then it's like, hold me. Yeah. But I feel like this could just be talking about relationships, not just romantic relationships, but just relationships with people. We just make it so complicated, as if we've about to live 1,000,000 years instead of enjoying the presence and existence of the other person. We want them to jump through the 8 rings of hell in order to get love. And it's just so funny to me. Like, even one of the people critiquing, they were talking about friends and money, and this place has this amount of money, and oh, this place doesn't have that, this has everything. And I just looked at them how I thought the universe would look at them. Like, what is the money to the universe? It's silly. It's like Monopoly money. It's like, here's a penny, universe. Okay, reward me. Like, what is that? Just man-made stuff. It's not real. But we make it seem so important. The important things are usually intangible. But I'm very tired right now. I'm extremely tired. I just wanted to show my face because I've just been working. I have been, I wouldn't say hiding, but I'll just say hiding. I've been hiding. I've been listening to songs. I've been not trying my best not to listen to these people, staying safe, not watching anything on the news, just separating myself from whatever lower nature energy people are trying to emit into the collective of violence and weaponry and the low level behavior, not controlling emotions. I'm just tired. I'm just very tired. At least I've been like I've been drinking 2 teas to kind of help me cope. I've been drinking Blue Lotus. Wait, you should Blue Lotus. You see my Blue Lotus? It's so pretty. I'm drinking Blue Lotus. I've been drinking Helichrysum. And I've been preparing for my birthday, which is in August. Countdown to my birthday. I will be 37 years old. Hooray. Glad. But you like my shawl? My mom gave it to me. Do you see? I like going like this. I want to start veiling my hair again. I had stopped veiling my hair because I was getting critiqued about that. But now I just want to veil it. I want to feel safe. Yeah. I feel like when I wear it as a veil, it's more holy. I'm not saying wearing a veil is holy, but it makes me feel like holier. And it makes it feel like there's a barrier between me and whatever is out there. And just the critique of me wearing it from this person was so, I don't know. Maybe they didn't know it was hurtful to me. But to me, I felt actually really hurt. But I haven't said anything. I really don't say anything. Because what is the point? I just feel sorry for you. I've also started reading my oracle cards again. I've been doing that more consistently. Because I've slowed down. I'm not out like that. I've just been spending time to myself and enjoying quiet and calm. And I want to feel that way all of the time. But the only times I don't really feel that is when I'm going to my main job. I don't feel calm. I don't feel happy. I don't feel like I want to be there. I feel like me being there is a waste of my energy and time. And I want something else. Or even if it's a regular job where I get my time back, I'll take that as well. Even if I have a pay cut, I really don't care. I just want to be resting. But now I have to go, everyone. For real this time. So goodbye. I'll talk to you soon. I have to make these book review videos. So bye.